Okay, so we're in cycle 2. And cycle 2, we're going to talk about chondrichthyes and Agnatha. What is that? Well, just to remind you of where we are, we're in phylum Chordata, right? We've got the 2 subphylums that are the non-vertebrate chordates that we talked about, right? The tunicates and the lanceolate. And we're currently in vertebrata, okay? And this cycle, we're going to talk about 2 of these classes of vertebrata, the Agnatha, which are the jawless fish, and then chondrichthyes, which are cartilaginous fish like sharks, skates, and rays, okay? Okay, so we're just going to briefly talk about Agnatha today. These 2 types of things that are found in this class are kind of really cool animals. So we're going to just briefly talk about them and tell you some of the cool facts about them. And then we're going to spend most of our time on chondrichthyes. Agnatha, class Agnatha, A means no, Nath means jaw. So these are the no jaw fish or the jawless fish. Okay, so they do not have jaws. They don't have biting jaws. So they have what's called a oral disc. They have an oral disc that is their mouth. Okay, and their mouth is actually permanently open. So they don't have like a hinged jaw that they can use to like chew their food or anything like that. It's just their mouth is perpetually open. So no jaws. They also have a very thin, flexible cartilage skeleton. Okay, so their skeleton's made out of cartilage, same kind of stuff as like the tips of your nose and your ears are made out of. That's what their skeleton's made out of. And they do have like a notochord, but it's thin. And like I said, it's very, very flexible. The hagfish can actually tie itself in a knot. Like its skeleton is so flexible. So it's very, very flexible. Almost no skeleton. They also do not have scales or paired fins. So remember our definition of fish that they have, or aquatic vertebrates that have paired fin scales and gills. These don't quite fit into that category perfectly, but they're still considered to be fish. Okay, they're just kind of weird fish. So just like in English, there's always exceptions to like the rules, you know, I before E, except for like in weird and neighbor and way and like all of those different things. These are your exceptions. Okay, so your jawless fish. They don't have paired fins, scales, and they also do not have jaws. So this picture is to kind of help you see that. All right, so there's X's over the things that they don't have, and you can add one to this. So no jaws, no paired fins, and then no scales. Okay? Okay. Hagfish are one of the types of jawless fish. These are known as the slime eels. They're not technically an eel, but they're known as slime eels because they produce lots of slime. We'll talk about why they actually produce slime. They are benthic scavengers, so they're actually going to be living in the deep sea and moving around on the bottom and looking for dead stuff. Okay, so when you get like a whale that dies at the surface and then it sinks to the bottom, eventually it'll sink to the bottom. Hagfish are one of the things that are going to be eating the flesh of that dead whale. Okay, so they're going to be the scavengers. The way that they eat that dead whale is very, very strange. Okay, it's they actually have like this oral disc, right? That they're going to use to kind of suction on to the dead whale, and then they're going to actually take and tie like a knot in their body at their tail, and then pass that knot up their body until it reaches their head where it's suctioned to the flesh. Then they'll use that knot kind of as leverage to push against the dead stuff and pull off a piece of meat. Okay, so it's weird. Yeah, they're about 18 inches long, so a foot and a half long. And what's also weird about how they eat is a lot of times they actually will burrow into an animal, so like go in through the mouth and then eat from the inside out. So pleasant. You can see, okay, pictures. So on the right, that's a hagfish that's tied in a knot, so you can see how they can do that. And then the mouth of the hagfish. Okay, so their slime is their defense mechanism. So they produce the slime, and number one, slime makes it really, really hard for predators to like grip onto them and grip onto the animal. So that helps for them to try and avoid predators. But they also produce so much slime that if a predator tries to bite that hagfish, it can get all of that slime like in its mouth, and it can actually get caught like on the predator's gills and can coat the gills and suffocate the predator. So yeah, so not many predators are gonna try and eat that. That's pretty gross. So I have a video to show you. This is crazy. So the video is going to show you their slime. Their slime is really cool because they produce just like this, a little bit of it. And the protein structure of this slime is such that when they produce it and it hits the salt water, the surrounding salt water, the protein structure changes and it absorbs tons of water. So they only have to produce a little bit of it, and it expands to create like all this slime. It's super weird. So let me show you this video. So the other kind of fish that you'll find in this class Agnatha is the lamprey. Okay, the lamprey is known as the vampire of the sea because they are parasitic. Okay, and they do drink blood. So lampreys, you can see like the oral disc of the lamprey right here. Okay, and you can see all of these like backwards facing teeth. Yeah, see that? So they'll like suction onto a fish, and there'll be a parasite on the fish, and they'll use those teeth to kind of like latch on. And they've got like a toothy tongue, kind of like a radula, but not exactly, that they'll use to like scrape through the like skin and stuff of the fish till they get to the blood, and then they drink the blood of the fish. So, yeah. That is a fish with 2 lampreys on it. I've seen pictures of like certain fish that have had so many lampreys on it, and the lampreys have done so much damage to the fish that the fish literally looks like it's just like pieces left of it. It's weird. So lots of lampreys can attach to the same fish. So lampreys are anadromous. So that means that they actually spend part of their life in freshwater and then part of their life in saltwater. They start in their life in freshwater. So they're born in freshwater, and then they grow up to a certain point, and then they move to the ocean, where they live in the ocean for a while. And then when they're ready to spawn, to breed, they go back up freshwater and lay their eggs and stuff in freshwater. So like salmon. Okay, salmon do the same thing. So it's called anadromous, and they're anadromous. So they're actually found in freshwater as well. They're actually becoming a huge problem in the Great Lakes. They're an invasive species and like decimating fish populations and stuff in the Great Lakes. So it's not good. Yes. They do attach to people. They can. That guy is, I think that is probably just like a dare. Like, oh, let me attach the lamprey to your forehead. Okay. And yeah, but they would attach to a person. You can pull them off, right? The teeth will probably scrape a little bit, but unless like you leave it there to let it start sucking your blood, which hopefully you're not going to. So, yeah. Lamprey. You're welcome. All right. That's where